Taurus, what is up? Thanks so much for tuning in. Happy day. I hope you're well. Welcome to my channel, Purusha Intuitive. We've been doing lots of tarot readings. I'm slacking a little bit on the health content, but this full moon in Cancer, this past full moon was pretty intense for me. So I kind of needed to take a little bit of rest. So yeah, these readings are timeless though. Let's pull that out, see what pops out. Ooh, reunion. These readings are timeless, like I said. If you need specification, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, obviously cross watchers welcome, but you can also just be vibing in that Taurus energy. As long as the message resonates, right, it's meant for you. So let's see what the vibe is for you, Taurus. All right, messages to pass on. So this is a lot about, you know, what you're learning, what you're growing through. I feel like there is some communication that needs to happen between you and another person, or even between you and yourself, you know, yep, you and you, right there. Being honest is what I'm hearing, like an honest conversation with yourself, kind of like a come to Jesus moment of the reality of a situation where there might have been some pain and, you know, ego-based decisions is what I'm hearing, right? Like, I mean, I think that's like a normal human thing, right? When we go through something, burden of tears. So there is a lot of pain around a situation. And I feel like, you know, in your previous readings, Taurus, it's really kind of talked about this dynamic where maybe you're not 100 or understanding the person 100%. Maybe there is some toxicity between you and another person. You're trying to set your boundaries. I feel like you're trying to listen to yourself, but I feel like it's also kind of gotten complicated. Yeah. So that Tower, the Empress, and the King of Cups fell out, right? So we're currently in Mercury retrograde. I'm going to throw those back in. We'll see if they come back out. But we're currently in Mercury retrograde. A lot of times this will bring up things that need to be hashed out in relationships, things that have not been addressed or talked about. And it is kind of bringing out a lot of chaotic energy, especially with this full moon in Cancer, like I was talking about. So the world, you know, a cycle is ending is what I'm hearing. It's also a very abundant state of being, but this is talking about, you know, you communicating with someone, and this is bringing a close to this situation. There might be, with the Justice card, that's Libra energy. There could also be the justice system involved, right? So if you're dealing with a legal matter, let's look at this a little bit deeper, guys. The situation. Okay, so 10 of Cups, so this is happiness. So this, whatever this is it really, whatever situation you're dealing with, it is tapping into your happiness, your level of abundance, wanting to start new, wanting to start fresh. And I feel like there is something, yeah, this is all about moving forward, right? But from a more grounded and balanced space, that Ace of Coins brings us fresh new beginnings. And this is moving on from a time that was really challenging, that was really choppy waters, I should say. And I feel like this has to deal with what you need to communicate, right? Let's look at who you're dealing with. What is this message? Okay, so this is someone who is trying to empower themselves, very focused on their own success, their own victory, defining who they are. The Fountain is that kind of like spiritual connection when life can be really challenging and it forces us into a place to kind of grab hold of the reins. But not just in a physical way. This also talks about a very spiritual evolution for the person that you're dealing with as well, Taurus. Wheel of Fortune, change. So that's an intense energy, all major arcana for them. They're in a huge shift in their life, right? Things are changing in like a massive way. And you know this, you're intuiting it. You could be dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. There you are. There's that Empress, right? I feel like this is, you know, multiple people involved, right? So, and this has kind of come up in your previous readings. Like you have this one person over here that's definitely trying to get their stuff together in an empowered way. There's a lot of clarity. There's the Leo sun energy right there. All major arcana for this person, yeah. But they're very, I feel like this person is very selfish. Like if you have been dealing with them, working with them, it's been more of their own selfish energy with that 9 of coins. Like I said, they're really trying to get a hold of their life. Maybe their life is really messy. Maybe they made a mess of something. And it does look like they're proactively trying to handle it. But I feel like it's coming more from this space of selfishness versus like what is best for everyone involved, right? Because you're sitting there telling them, look, this is not working out. You know, things are changing. Like you just kind of have to make peace with the fact that whatever this was before is over and done with. We see that with the world energy. We see you talking to them through that communication. And whatever this justice is, whether it is legal contracts between you and them, or just looking at things from a more diplomatic, rational perspective. There's a lot of, you know, emotional energy, Taurus, in your world. This Empress, you rule that card. Taurus and Libra energy again. There's that Libra. So, you know, it's really, okay, so you're dealing with this person, but there's also these other people involved, like I said, because there's a lot of people in the mix in this situation. This could be about family or a group of friends, perhaps even people you work with. Let me get a little clarity around that. Yeah. So, okay, dude, there's just like people left and right. I feel like out of all of this, Taurus, someone has been thrown to the wolves. There's a lot of gossip. There's a lot of opinions about what is happening. Like I said, there's someone who's involved, but more from the outside. And then there's, you know, like I said, it could be family or a group of friends kind of all clustering and having their opinions about this situation. And I feel like, you know, I think what I would say is there is this element of you choosing to focus on yourself. There's also this King of Cups who you might be partnered with, because we're getting that King and Queen of Cups, right? With that 7 of Wands, it's kind of like, well, let them figure it out. Let them handle it. Let them navigate it. But this is also bringing you a lot of pain, because I think that you are getting forced, Taurus, to kind of evaluate yourself, right? There also talks about a need to handle this, of not handling. We got 4 of Cups, 5 of Cups. So yeah, disappointment about how things have gone. lots of family energy, guys. So it's like I said, it's either family or people that feel like family to you. It's being blocked right now because I feel like it's taking it for granted. So I would actually, you know, Taurus, I think that like for you, it's about really kind of reflecting on what your authentic heart wants out of this situation. Because there's a lot of people involved, because there's a lot of opinions involved, I feel like you can't hear yourself. You can't hear yourself think and process. And so that ends up being the separation between you kind of acknowledging like how you need to move forward. Because this other person, like I said, they're going to keep doing what they're doing for themselves. It doesn't look like they're trying to get back into this energy. Yeah, there's a lot of, you know, their walls are up. They've been hurt as well. And so they're just going to kind of leave things as it is. Yeah, 2 of Wands. That inability to find harmony and balance. But it's almost like I said, this energy of not really looking at it is actually hindering the situation the longer this goes on. It's hindering this ability to kind of have happy, peaceful home, this abundance, this blessing, you know, that you really long for, Taurus. Let's change. Something major has shifted in your life. And I feel like it wasn't expected, perhaps. You took advice from people who, I don't know, maybe it was good, maybe it wasn't. Yeah, but it doesn't look like anything. I think it's actually, I mean, I'm sorry to say this, Taurus, but it's going to get worse before it gets better, because it looks like Spirit is forcing you to look at this. It's easy when you have a lot of people around you kind of like feeding your ego, right? Or, you know, kind of giving you advice, especially when it's in accordance with what you think or how you're painting the story. There might have been some lies. There might have been some... It just feels like it's way messier than what it needs to be. And yet there's not really any, like the person that it involves, there's no communication there, you know? I mean, I see a couple different situations going on. I see you dealing with this person independent of all these other people. I feel like you're talking about it with these other people who are giving you their 2 cents, you know? And I feel like they are placating your ego a little bit, like when I'm not sure that that's really getting you the results that you want. And I think that that's what it has to, kind of what you have to tune into more, right? Like having a little more empathy and understanding for the situation, not looking at it through this very rigid, ego-based. But you do need to separate yourself. You need to take time, because the more you sit in this energy of these other people, the more separation it's going to bring you between you and this other person, you know. You might be used to being in that position of authority, you know. Maybe you thought this person was going to come back to you, that you had something over them. Maybe you were dangling some carrots, or maybe it's vice versa. You know, everyone's situation is going to be different. But this has kind of been a theme in your readings, Taurus, where, you know, something happened that I feel like you can resolve, that you can work through and move through. But because you're not looking at it 100%, like in an honest way, you're looking at it more through that lens of ego, listening to other people's opinions before really like matching it with your own heart and what you authentically believe. And it's hard for you to look at that. I get that 100%, you know, no shade. Like, I think that's human nature. But I think we all have to kind of check ourselves in situations, especially where there is conflict or frustration, because oftentimes those are mirroring things back to us, right? And yeah, it's a hard life lesson. It's a hard task. But the truth is, when you're able to take a step back, find some time for yourself, you're going to have the clarity you're looking for. Right now, there's resistance, there's tension underneath the surface, and you can't really pinpoint it because you feel like what you're doing is right? But I don't know if it's really authentically what your heart wants or believes is the right thing to do. So I'm sending so much love and blessings, guys. I know these things are not easy. I'm totally here to support in whatever way. Reach out if you want me to look into your personal situation. Otherwise, you know, just know that I'm sending as many blessings and fluidity to navigate everything. I hope this reading helped. Thanks for tuning in, guys.